Okay, so pop the Super Repel. I guess Infernape might be the best Pokemon to lead with right now. But yeah, he's got like U-turn, which can be a really good pivot move if I ever got into a bad encounter. Alright, there we go. We can probably kind of whiz through Iron Island, I imagine. Okay, so now we can officially start Iron Island, and I think we definitely want to stick to hiker encounters when necessary. Oops, I just hit the wrong person. Gym fight anyways, so we started saying one hiker down. Royal then deals with the Felix. And we have, again, still just one more level we're allowed to get on both Roselia and Crobat before we hit that level cap. Looks like we got some ace trainers we're gonna have to deal with at the end though. That's not gonna be fun. I always like imagined when I was younger, I guess, that Iron Island was like a lot deeper and like took a lot more to get through than it actually is. It's not that long of an island. It's not that big. Alright, we found Arceus' legendary plate. Alright, what's the best way to tackle this? Would fighting them one by one actually perhaps be the best way? Because we've gotten to a fair share of Ace Trainer battles. They've either been really close to losing one or two Pokemon, or we've ended up losing a Pokemon or two. So we've come this far. We don't want to lose our Pokemon in a silly way. But let's lead with the Crobat, since we also have U-turn. It'd be nice if Riley wanted to jump in. We can just 2v1 Jonah. Alright, it's not intimidating. Just a Ponyta. Just a little fire horse, not intimidating at all. Will U-turn over now? Okay. That did so much more damage than I thought it was going to do. I was going to go over to the Luxio to kind of get the experience on that KO. Alright, one trainer down. I wonder what level it is. 33. It's not a bad level. I think we can probably actually go into a Sparky. We're going to need to give him a better electric type move though. Oh, wow, that Sudowoodo does damage. The tree that fights back. Okay, so we get one more battle, luckily. Both Crobat and Roselia. Which we have one more battle left in this cave, funny enough. So everything works out perfectly there. So let's get this Team Galactic fight done with. And we still actually need to decide, are we going to go for a Steelix? Or will we go for, are we going to go for this Riolu egg? That's one. I think we might just do, we also have I think we should get this KO. Okay. Fully leveled up for this part of the game, and we are no longer allowed to use those two until we beat this next gym leader. Oh. I gotta really stop pressing A so much sometimes. So I accidentally just accepted his gift instead of saying no. So that means that I did in fact get an encounter on this route, and no Steelix for me. I think like right before you get to the exit. Yeah, I think that Pokeball right there is the Shiny Stone. There we go. Okay. And you know what? Let's just do this right now, actually. I've been waiting all game to do this. With this Roselia. We have finally done it. Flora has evolved. And our Roselia is now a Roserade. It attacks prey with a sweet aroma, then downs it with thorny whips hidden in its arms. Okay, so that is Iron Island. The first Karate Master. What are the peak levels we're kind of working with right now? I think they go like to level 35, 36 in this gym. Okay, oh, 33. Oh, that's actually, it's really good actually for us. But if he only has one Pokemon at level 33, that means that people with multiple Pokemon are going to have much weaker. Onyx is actually faster. Awesome. It looks like our Shellos is going to evolve now, actually. I didn't actually check to see if I can learn like Earth Power or anything earlier if I delayed the evolution, so I hope that doesn't come back to bite me. It's always kind of surprising that that was here. Real maze you built here, Byron. The craziest part is that you can't even tell it's this big from the outside. It just looks like every other gym. And then you get inside and it's like 5 stories. Crazy guy, that Byron. Okay. We made it to the floating slab on top. We beat this man's son and now it's time to beat him. Oh wow, Bronzor. I forgot that he was actually going to be using steel types in his steel type gym. Everybody else was using rock types. I think we'll just stay in. I think we'll go for... yeah, I think we'll just stay in for a waterfalls. Ooh, he goes for a chick room. Well, I guess we'll try and stall out these chick rooms. Ooh, and the sandstorm. So we'll just kind of use our muddy water. Wait, what attacking moves does this guy even have actually? Confuse Ray, Sandstorm, Trick Room. Oh, and Flash Cannon is your last move. So basically, he can't threaten my Gastrodon. I was gonna say go for Ancient Power Boost, but doesn't look like we're gonna be able to get one. But if we get this KO on this turn, he won't be able to get another Trick Room off, and the Sandstorm should evaporate. Unless he's holding an item. Awesome. Alright, now for the Steelix. He's getting completely walled by the Gastrodon right now, it seems. Oh! I spoke way too soon. Okay. Goodbye, Gastrodon. Thank you for your service. I think we're gonna try it. We should have more damage than Gastrodon, so there's basically no chance he's gonna survive this. And now for the I think it's a Bastiodon. So I think his Bastiodon also runs Earthquake, but I'm wondering if I can actually survive an Earthquake and just hit him with 2 flamethrowers. This would be a very silly way to lose Infernape, especially for this next portion of the game. I think we'll just try going for the flamethrower here. Oh, we get a burn. Goes for an Iron Defense. Okay, so that burn honestly could be enough to just win because yeah, now this is gonna be doing less with his physicals. No giving up. Okay, so it's running Thunderbolt, I guess, on a Bastiodon. Looks like that's intimidating. We were not able to get him to use... oh! Bulbasaur. I think we're still safe to just kind of wail on him. Stone Edge. Okay, thank you, Fighting type. Oh boy, you see moves like Stone Edge, he's like Shudder. We did it. Man, my badges are so dusty right now. But we finally have 6 badges, which means we get strength, which also then means that Gibble in Wayward Cave can finally be caught. Thank you, Gastritis, for helping out with that gym. Would be nice to have not lost you, but it is good. Even tough to take a shot at the Pokemon Champion, Teamy. So they want us to meet us in the library. We have a new level cap, which means we are now able to put these guys back on the team, but we also need to focus on leveling up this Gastrodon. We are at 10 deaths right now, most of them coming from the 3rd gym leader, but we move on and we thank them for their service. Barry's, or I guess Teamy's character development arc. Instead of running away like how we did in the beginning of the game, now at this halfway point of the game, he does stop. He was about to leave, but he's like, wait, who stopped? We'll even see at the end of the game, he's like completely chilled out. Alright, so Barry's gonna go to Aquicity. And we shall go to Valor. Beware of the aftershocks. That line made me think there's going to be like future earthquakes every couple steps. That would be an interesting mechanic, although it would be probably like extremely annoying to deal with. Before we inspect Lake Valor, we do need to make a pit stop. We've been looking forward to getting Gibble this entire game, but because we have only just now gained access to strength, are we able to get this guy. We've encountered all the Pokemon here. Here we go. And the only Pokemon that actually can appear in this cave that is catchable will be that Gibble. So let's move that and head downstairs. Alright, believe this is also an interesting puzzle. I don't remember specifically the move you get at the end of this puzzle. Okay. Grip Claw could be a useful item. Or it could also be a non-useful item. Depends on what else we find though. Alright. More Bronzors, no Gibbles. But we still got some more puzzle to go through. I hate this bike. Oh! Oh wow. That was a weird way of getting that encounter. I got concerned for a second how it panned to my face like that, but I guess it was just like, hey, he did it. This is the Gibble. Alright, let's throw that quick ball. The best ball. We got the Gibble. Nest in small horizontal holes and cave walls. It pounces to catch prey that stray too close. Alright, so now we gotta give our land shark a nickname. I think we'll just call him Land Shark actually. All my other names have been fairly descriptive. We got a hasty nature, so not the best. Increasing speed is definitely going to make us outspeed anything that we encounter once we are able to evolve, so that's very nice to have at least. Alright, we did it. We did it. Alright, let's go to this next section. Back in the pitch black. Man, this bike sucks so much in this game. I hate it. There we go. There's the earthquake. Okay, we got our Gibble, we got our earthquake. Everything is going perfect, swimmingly right now. We'll hold on to that earthquake for a little bit later in the game. It's gonna become really in handy when we're at that 8th gym leader, but for now, let's head to Valley Lakefront. So I actually skipped a lot of trainers on this pathway to the lakefront. Let's lead with Sparky right now. I don't really recall what levels they're going to be. I think they're going to be in like mid-20s. So it's still a bit too high for Gibble to actually fight, sadly. But we do have a way to level up this Gibble at least a little bit faster.
20 minutes later.
So we're done with all of that quick leveling that will be doing before this next section. And let's protect Lake Valor. Okay, so it looks like we got our commander fight coming up here now. Hello, Saturn. He's gonna be leading with that Kadabra. I just realized it's not misses. I guess we'll go for a Volt Switch here, actually. Okay, that was a good switch we got. Looks like we have successfully dealt with Saturn. And now to make our way over to Lake Verity. Imagine a Toxic Croak Mega. That almost writes itself. A super buff, even more buff Toxic Croak. I mean, you did it with Swampert. But I guess they went a little bit overboard with Swampert. But I can definitely see like a bigger version of Toxic Croak in a Mega Evolution. I think that would be honestly a super good idea. Okay, so now we are at Verity and we gotta help Rowan and Dawn with this latest mess. And I love this part. Rowan is just such a badass here. It's like, what's this old timer? I was like, what? I'm not taking shit from anyone. I'm a professor. Let's see if we can. Ha, we did it. Okay, never mind. We cheated the game. This is why you were not supposed to look diagonally in the main game, in the regular games. That is so rich how we can do that. Crazy. Level 42. What? Hey, when it comes out, boosting the attack. Hello, Mars. Alright, revenge from the Valley Windworks. We've been running into so many Golbats. Oh, this one survives. Okay. Another Poison Fang. Luckily, we did not get that poison. Alright, we can probably guarantee it's gonna go for a fake out right now. Going straight into our Batman might just be our best bet. Perugly does have a high speed stat. Oh wow, I went for a Growl. That was unexpected. I was 100% expecting it for to go for fake out there, but I guess not. Okay, so he lowered my attack a lot there, so let's just switch on over to a different Pokemon. Hoping Viakin early in Absol. I think it'll be early. Judging by the fact that a lot of the people who had like their hands-on with it have seen that Absol, I think it's going to be a very early Pokemon you get, and then hopefully one that you can like put on your party or something. Parry knows the dark type moves. That's what I was thinking at first, but then I used Slash. I was like, Growl slash Fake Out. I don't think it's actually running Night Slash. I don't even know if it's doing that. Super Luck Slash, Night Slash can be so good. That's what I used in my first playthrough in this game. I had a Murkrow with Super Luck. Gave him the Claw to increase that critical rate. By the late game, like even with the friendship boost, it was basically every single auto attack was a critical. Like it got real bad. Alright, let's go back into Metalhead. It's either going to use Growl or Fake Out. I'm not expecting it to use a Night Slash. Oh, and it also has U-turn for its 4th move. So this one actually doesn't have a Dark type move. I don't know why. I don't know what Mars is thinking. Not running a Dark type move on their Glameow, but to each its own. I guess that's why Team Galactic failed. Alright, Commander Mars has been taken care of. And now we must go north. Oh yeah, I have not done a single encounter inside Mount Coronet, which means that we're going to need to repel ourselves, use a repel the entire way through. So definitely in our best interest to kind of hold off on it for now. This section will be easier to do on foot. I could potentially get the catch on this next area we go into. Now the Pokemon levels in this spot that I'm currently in are pretty good. The problem with catching Pokemon in like the earlier sections of Mount Coronet is that you can find a lot of them on different routes, and they're actually a fairly low level on Coronet. But once you get to this point of the game, they're going to start being in those mid-level 30 range. Very usable. We have made it through the Coronet Mountain. It's time to hit the slopes. Turn off that repel. Alright, I think now is a good time to start leading with our Fire Monkey. We actually will be needing to take off Sparky very soon. The level cap is going to be level 42. And he is getting extremely close to there. Although he will not be, I don't think we're going to end up using him for this next gym. We'll level him as well. My Infernape has a lot of level right now. It's kind of interesting, but alright, I think it's a good time to switch out our team. So let's go heal them. Sleep in a stranger's bed really quickly. I slept in his bed and then I talked to him a couple times. We do need to get this encounter done for this route. So who do we get? Surprise, surprise, we get the Snover. Quick Ball is the best ball. We can call him Obamna Snow. Obamna. Although our squad is pretty overloaded right now, so I don't think we're gonna end up really needing him. You expect to see a lot more ice types on this mode. We still have the entirety of the gym to fight for levels, so we actually should probably be avoiding more trainers on as we finish this journey. And here we go. So now we got the rock climb. Pretty nice to get. Alright, 217. I believe, let me just double check this Snover. I believe Snover's like 216. Right, this whole thing, yeah. This whole area consisting of like multiple routes, not just one giant route. Alright, looks like we rolled Machoke. That is a good one for us to roll. It eliminates a Pokemon inside of Victory Road and Mount Coronet. Let's see if we can get him with his Quick Ball. No siree. He wants to be petted. Someone pet my Bronzong, please. Alright, let's see if the sleep status was enough. There we go. Machoke's boundless power is very dangerous, so it wears a belt that suppresses its energy. We'll name this one Forearms. Completely different than our last Forearms, who sadly had to go while he was still in Machop. I have high hopes for forearms though. And just like that, oh wait, I want that item. I'm like one of those people who like, if I see a Pokeball on the ground, I really want to grab it. It really bugs me when I'm running back through a route and I see a Pokeball. Snowpoint City, the city that looks like a giant snowflake. Look for it another time. I'm always too lazy to actually pull up the dowsing machine. Oh, there it is. Okay, we found it. Couple Pokemon at level 41. Level cap right now is going to be level 42, so we got to watch out for that. We're going to continue to take on these guys as they got to get a little bit closer, and we're kind of like forced to fight a couple of these battles in the gym. So we'll focus on levels. Hopefully nothing backfires. And then we should have a pretty clean sweep on Candace. And I guess they're not even going to run Ice type sometimes. So Thunderbolt will come very in handy. First guy I'm fighting in the gym too. Alright, no evolution for you just yet, Landshark. It's very annoying how you get Gible like right before you do the ice portion of the game. On us. Ooh, Floater wanting to learn Waterfall. That's amazing. Strength is just a weaker Waterfall. Alright, oh, we finally got our Earth Power. Gastrodon is essentially like completely online now. Some Shadow Balls. Oh, yeah, this Haunter damage is seriously high. Alright, jump through these guys. Puzzle can get kind of annoying if you don't know how to do it. I know I spent a long time learning how to do this puzzle. It took me... It's such a cool thing to throw at a kid. It's the only one you probably legitimately will get stuck at. Alright, I think we're done with that side. Let's move on to this side. Whee! 2 more. So tedious. We're almost there. I think it's this one. Oh, no. I got 2. Whee! Alright. 1 more. And we did it. Let's fight Candace. Yeah, I guess we'll just stick with this team right now. And then luckily, if Landshark is able to evolve after this, if he levels up on this fight, he'll get his Dragon Claw and we'll be able to evolve. Alright, time for Candace. Oh, she got 4 Pokemon. Oh, you know what? She must be running like a Bomber Snow and Snover. Alright, easy one shot here for the Fire Monkey though. The hail is a bit annoying to deal with. We got the Sneasel. I believe Flamethrower can actually still one-shot the Sneasel. So we don't have to even lower our defenses at all. And then here is the first and only curveball. So dealing with Medicham, we'll most likely be using a Psychic type move. I guess Metalhead will be the best switch in for that. And then we'll just hit it with a Psychic, since it doesn't have that high of a special defense stat. The only issue now is going to... Oh, it's a lot of damage actually. I'll say the only issue now is going to be going back into Infernape for this last Pokemon. We do not need Fire Spin. Your last resort Pokemon, Abominusno. So this is where honestly it gets a bit tricky on the switch in, I feel. I don't know exactly what it's going to be using. So I think I might try and just switch into him in case he also uses like a grass type move. If he ends up going down, I was already planning on kind of sacking him eventually anyways. But yeah, it looks like they go for the Aurora Veil, interestingly enough. Oh, that's a huge blizzard. That was a huge blizzard. That hurt a lot. Alright, well, sorry, Doppelganger. That's enough from you. What was your defenses at? Ooh, 57. Minus defense stat is a bit annoying. Special defense is a bit annoying. I'm kind of wondering if I want to wait past now this Aurora Veil he put on himself. Although I think there's like still one more turn left of this ice. It's got Giga Drain. Okay. This is why I should probably be looking at what they're running. I think that's enough for the ice though to kind of wear off. If I'm not mistaken. No, it's not. Things are not going good right now. Let's see if he survives. Has an earthquake. Okay, we were one turn. We miscounted that hail by one turn, sadly. I thought that was turn 5. But it looks like we only had to lose 2 Pokemon in a very awkward way. But looking back at it, I guess we could have probably sacked Floater instead. But also, perhaps even just like Haunter hitting that Hypnosis would have been very nice for us. Or even just like hard switching straight into Infernape for the Flamethrower. But that's more of hindsight, kind of being 2020 for that switch. Alright, we got Candice, and we also weren't quite enough to evolve our Gible to a Garchomp, so we'll probably do that before we actually start this next story event. Although it is time to put some Pokemon to rest. Doppelganger, as I said, he was kind of spoiled his welcome there, but thank you, Doppelganger. And then Gastro went right into a Giga Drain. But it should be okay. I am a bit annoyed I lost my Gastrodon, actually, the more I think about it, because I really actually wanted him for that 8th gym leader with that Earth Power. Luckily, our Garchomp is here, and he should be able to kind of sweep the end portion of this game. Bit of a twist ending with that Abominusno. That was not fun, but is what it is.